I'm so sorry. Could you please remember me?
Yes,
Could
I
you please
forgot to.
remind me? I
Sorry.
forget all the time. I'm so sorry. Now it's recording. Okay, it's good because we're going to get 35 minutes of class. But we lost the four first. Anyway, Anna, if you are rewatching this video, you did a very good job in the last four questions. Okay, number
Oh,
five, Anna. I'm so sorry, sweetie. I'm so sorry.
oh,
I
no problem. Let me ask you,
Come on.
what the question, the speak question that I have to give my opinion?
Next one.
Ah,
Okay.
because I think it's the test four. I not five, but okay.
Yeah, they are going to tell you. Which one do you think is best, and then you know. Oh, it's my opinion.
Ah, okay,
Okay.
okay, okay.
Number five. Let's go.
Number 5. Listen to a short conversation. Then listen for a question about it. After you hear the question, you have 20 seconds to prepare and 60 seconds to record your answer.
Now listen to a conversation between a student and her advisor.
So I really like my roommate. I mean, we get along great, and she's a good student. We take a lot of the same classes and we study together, but, well, I have a problem, and I just don't seem to be able to deal with it.
Okay. What's the problem?
You see, she has a boyfriend in Florida, and she calls him on my cell phone.
Then you have a bill for the extra minutes at the end of the month.
Exactly, and I really can't afford it.
Have you talked with her about it?
Not really. I just don't know what to say.
Well, I think you have a couple of options. You can tell her that you can't let her use your cell phone anymore, and you can offer to go with her to buy her own cell phone. That way she'll see that you're trying to help.
That might work, but she'll probably still be upset.
Or another possibility is you could let her use your cell phone if she pays you for the extra minutes that you've had to cover for her, and if she agrees to pay her share of all the bills from now on. Just tell her that you can't afford it.
Describe the woman's problem and the 2 suggestions that her advisor makes about how to handle it. What do you think the woman should do, and why?
Please prepare your answer after the beep. Please begin speaking after the beep.
The woman has a problem because her boyfriend it's call her. He lives abroad and call on her phone, and she can't afford it. The man gives her 2 options: to buy other phone or pay an extra minute and can afford. Uh, in my opinion, and if I were her, I pay extra minutes and can talk with him because I think although it's I spend more money, but I think it's a good thing to do because in this fact I can't afford him.
Number 5. Listen to a short conversation. Then listen for a question about it. After you hear the question, you have 20 seconds to prepare and 60 seconds to record your answer.
Now listen to a conversation between a student and her advisor.
So I really like my roommate. I mean, we get along great, and she's a good student. We take a lot of the same classes and we study together, but, well, I have a problem, and I just don't seem to be able to deal with it.
Okay. What's the problem?
You see, she has a boyfriend in Florida, and she calls him on my cell phone.
Then you have a bill for the extra minutes at the end of the month.
Exactly, and I really can't afford it.
Have you talked with her about it?
Not really. I just don't know what to say.
Well, I have
Teacher,
a couple of options. You can tell
teacher,
her that you can't let...
my connection is so bad, so the second audio stopping sometimes. Can you repeat again?
Yeah, can you turn off your camera? I'll turn off mine too.
Uh, where I turn off my camera?
Yeah, you have a menu. Okay, I'm gonna speak
Oh.
Portuguese. Tem um menuzinho verde na parte de cima da tela. Você tá vendo?
Ah, I found. Interromper vídeo.
Yes, exactly. That's it. Excellent. I'm gonna play again. Okay, and we're
Okay.
doing this again because the problem was not exactly this. Okay?
Okay.
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 I'm gonna mute my microphone so we don't have problems. Listen up.
Okay.
use your cell phone anymore.
Number 4. Read. Number 5. Listen to a short conversation. Then listen for a question about it. After you hear the question, you have 20 seconds to prepare and 60 seconds to record your answer.
Now listen to a conversation between a student and her advisor.
So I really like my roommate. I mean, we get along great, and she's a good student. We take a lot of the same classes and we study together, but, well, I have a problem, and I just don't seem to be able to deal with it.
Okay. What's the problem?
You see, she has a boyfriend in Florida, and she calls him on my cell phone.
Then you have a bill for the extra minutes at the end of the month.
Exactly, and I really can't afford it.
Have you talked with her about it?
Not really. I just don't know what to say.
Well, I think you have a couple of options. You can tell her that you can't let her use your cell phone anymore, and you can offer to go with her to buy her own cell phone. That way she'll see that you're trying to help.
That might work, but she'll probably still be upset.
Or another possibility is you could let her use your cell phone if she pays you for the extra minutes that you've had to cover for her, and if she agrees to pay her share of all the bills from now on. Just tell her that you can't afford it.
Describe the woman's problem and the 2 suggestions that her advisor makes about how to handle it. What do you think the woman should do, and why?
Please prepare your answer after the beep. Please begin speaking after the beep.
The woman has a problem and she talked with her advisor because her friend Flora has a boyfriend and Flora used her cell phone to call to her boyfriend. And the advisor gave us 2 options for her solve this problem. First, to uh, don't lend her cell phone anymore, but she afraid of Flora. It will be upset. And second, she asked her to pay the extra calls. I think I chose to ask Flora to pay extra calls, and she can talk with her boyfriend and pay for me.
Okay. Anna, this one was a better one. Okay, this answer was a better one because now you got the problem. The only thing was that the first solution, she doesn't lend her cell phone anymore, but she helps her friend buy another. And the second one is to pay for the extra minutes. But it's okay, it's pretty much the same as extra calls.
The audio
Can you hear
Hello.
me well? Can you hear me
Hello.
well? Hello, 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 hello.
Okay. Now I'm hear you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Maybe it's my
Ah,
connection. I don't know. Oh my God.
I'm
Ah!
here.
Okay, okay. Anna, listen up. So, yes. What was the serious thing about this one? You started
Hmm,
speaking about your opinion when you had only 18 seconds, and this is a problem. What is my suggestion? Start speaking of
hmm.
your uh, give yourself 30 seconds to speak of your opinion. Okay, this is
Okay.
my suggestion because you have to have time to express yourself. Now, because of your previous answer, I'm going to give you 1 to 1.5. Why? Because the problem was not accurate. The two solutions weren't accurate either. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And the second answer, it's
No, the
better.
second answer would be like 2 to 2.5 too.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? Much better. Much better. Okay, that's the last one. Listen up.
Hmm.
Number 6. Listen to part of a lecture. Then listen for a question about it. After you hear the question, you have 20 seconds to prepare and 60 seconds to record your answer.
Now listen to part of a lecture in a biology class. The professor is discussing the types of habitats for wildlife found in cities.
Although cities have not generally been associated with wildlife, there are many species that have become so much a part of the urban landscape that they are, for the most part, unnoticed neighbors. For example, in New York's Central Park, almost 300 species of birds have been identified. Urban parks certainly provide some of the world's safest and, in many ways, best wildlife habitats. And as the natural habitats shrink, well, these urban parks will become more and more important to the conservation of wildlife, including not only birds, but also freshwater animals and even small mammals. So, as you see, man-made areas are one important type of habitat in cities. But artificial structures in the urban landscape, these can also provide a home for animals that adapt to life in the city. For instance, chimney swifts are birds that originally lived in hollow trees, but now chimney swifts are commonly found in the long brick chimneys, in factories or other vertical shafts in tall buildings. Think about it. A city has more chimneys than there are hollow trees in a forest of equal area. Consequently, these birds flock to the city. Another case of adaptation is the urban drainage system, which is usually made up of concrete ditches, and they naturally attract stream and marsh animals. Again, to use New York City as an example, probably 250 species of fish are found in the harbor, many of which make their way into the pools and ponds and ditches in the New York drainage system. In Boston, the Back Bay was actually designed to create habitats and attract marshland wildlife to the city.
Using the main points and examples from the lecture, describe the two general types of habitats for wildlife found in urban areas.
Please prepare your answer after the beep. Please begin speaking after the beep.
According to the biology class, uh, the professor talks about the wildlife and the habitats in the urban areas. And he gives an example in New York and Central Park, and there are like 3,000 species there. And the one of the habitats is like the conservation natural habitat. And the birds, for example, other animals have to adapt in the city. And after he gives an example of Boston when the city adapts to the animal. And the Boston, for instance, there is a design and created to improve the habitat for the animals.
This is a hard one, right?
Muito. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Where are you?
I will keep my screen off because every time I turn it on, we have a problem.
Ah, okay.
Okay, let me show you one thing. These are chimneys. Okay?
Mm,
Yeah, so the first example were the birds, you were right, but the birds that adapted to cities by living in chimney.
mm,
Okay?
okay.
In the second, he
Chimney.
talks about the drainage system from Boston. Oh my God.
Uh,
Can you hear me well?
Now, yes.
Yes. He talks about the drainage system. And the drainage system is really the system that takes the water to the river. You know?
No.
Yeah. Do you understand what's the meaning of harbor?
No.
Yeah, harbor is this part of the city where you see a lot of boats. It's the part where it divides the city and the sea, or the city and a river. Okay,
Okay.
harbor. Yes, so harbor drainage system. Do you know what's marsh?
No.
Marsh is this. Oh, marsh is this part where you have water and land mixed together. So it's not really land, it's not really water. These are marshy places. In Portuguese, we say pântano.
Okay.
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 Yes. Now,
Oh, it's very hard, the
yeah,
vocabulary.
yes. So the two examples he gave, Anna, were the uh, the marshy the adaptation of birds in chimneys and adaptation of marshy animals in the drainage system. One in New York and the other in Boston. So you got some
Mm,
information that were correct, but the information was not exactly accurate. So I'm going to give you the same grade as the previous one. Okay?
okay.
Okay. So your grade this time was around 15 to 18. Okay?
To 19.
I rounded down.
Ah!
Don't fight with the teacher. You're trying to negotiate. You see that it's not exactly 18. I round down on purpose.
Hmm.
I wrote down what really broke your legs in this one. It was not number six because number six is generally hard. You know,
Hmm.
it was number five because number five you generally do better. If
Yes.
you did as you generally do on number five, you would have the same grade as you did in test number four. No, oh sorry, in test number three. You know, but
Okay.
just as I told you, Anna, I tried being more pessimistic because it helps. It makes you worried and it shows you that you have to continue studying. You know,
Yes.
yeah. Now, but I'm not worried about your speaking. I'm not worried about your speaking because you managed
No.
to find your way. I'm worried about your reading and listening, but we're going to keep on doing it. Now I'm going to check your integrated,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Del Padre, del Figlio, Okay, very good. Very good. Oh, the ecotourism one. Okay, let me see how many words you wrote. You need to write a little more, Anna. Okay, if possible, try writing a little more. The article on the lecture about the ecotourism and the impact on the economy. Perfect. The article states positive points in the lectures, argues and presents negative points. Perfect. You just have to complete argues. Argues with it and present the negative point.
Hello?
No!
Hello?
Não se vá.
Hello,
Anna,
hello?
are you there? Are you there? I cannot listen to you. I can listen to you. Are you still there? Anna, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, but I think now, yes.
Oh
It's
my
my problem or your problem?
I don't
The
know.
computer problem.
Oh, hang on a second. Oh my God.
What?
Oh, can you give me 1 second? I am in the Wi-Fi.
Sure.
It's because I don't work with the Wi-Fi. I work with direct connection. Hang on just
I
a second.
understand
Okay.
you.
God. Oh my dude.
Bom dia! Mamãe. Gostoso.
Okay. Sorry, Anna. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Anna. It's because somebody hit the cable and they disconnected. So I was in the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is good here, but the Wi-Fi is very far.
Okay.
You know, it's very far because I'm in an office downstairs. And so my connection is generally cable. So it's generally freaking good. But today, maybe somebody, well, it was an accident. Okay. Sweetie, ecotourism with a U.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the case for all the other situations you did it. For example,
Yes.
oh my God, sorry. Here, 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 and there. Is this a problem? Well, yes, but not a big problem. Why? Because TOEFL would understand what you meant. But it's good to check in the reading. They write ecotourism, so it's good to check there. First of all, the article shows that ecotourism provides less damage. You don't need this and here. Less damage to the environment than logging, farming, and manufacturing. So, it can be a substitute for forms of development, and it is a great way. You need an article here. On the other hand, just one professor, states that ecotourism doesn't cause a less impact on the environment, and she presents some data about the impact to illustrate. Great. Very good first argument. Secondly, the text informs that is an important thing to invest in ecotourism, once again. Because the government has to protect the environment and preserve the nature, not letter N. Whereas the professor in her lecture said that although it is so important to protect the environment, sometimes the government can be corrupt and doesn't require the necessary. Excellent. Thirdly, the article shows that ecotourism can provide more jobs, but the professor argued that these jobs, as here, couldn't be available. She argues that there are cultural pollution in ecotourism practices. This pollution fits in this argument here.
Ah,
Okay? Her argument is that generally these jobs are low paid and many of them are given to people from other cities. Okay, yes,
okay.
so this is her argument. And then the professor emphasizes that it is not a perfect solution. Okay, excellent. Well, Anna, it was a better essay. Okay, I'm gonna give you from 3 to 3.5 so you can check how much you have already improved. See?
Great.
Yes, and we still don't have your listening. Imagine you take 17 in your listening. It's still insufficient, but it's very near. It's your highest grade. If you can take, for example, 22 in listening, then you take your grade. You know, that's what I told you, and I am very worried with these two guys here.
Yes.
Very to improve the grade in them. It's very much necessary to improve your grade in them because your writing improved, your speaking improved, but these are the two ones we're practicing crazy in class. Now, reading and listening are very much necessary. You're on, oh, now my connection is good. You're on the right way. You're on the right way. You are doing a good job. You are improving very much, and you are going to improve more until your exam. But we cannot risk it. If possible, I need you to do like 3 more readings, 3 more, as many listenings, writings, and readings you can do. You know, if you can do 10 until your TOEFL date, great. I know you have your doctors and stuff, but if you can do 10, that's great because the tendency is that your grades grow. Compare, for example, your first grade was 59 to 66. Okay? Your average is 66 to 73. In other words, your average has increased in relation to your first grade because your other grades were higher than the average, obviously. You know, so so look at your last complete essay. You improved 5 points. You know, is it good? It is very good. It is a very good improvement, but we need you to improve more. Okay, it's too risky for an average like this. You have to improve at least, if possible, 8 more points. 8, 9, if possible, 10 more points. If you can have 20 in every section, that's good. But reading and listening are the ones we cannot stop practicing. They're very important. Okay? You are doing a great job, but let's keep on working. Let's see. Tomorrow, what's the time of our class?
At noon?
At noon.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Do you think you can do a listening till tomorrow?
Yes, 1 listen, 1 reading, and 1 writing integrating, 1 writing dependent.
Okay, if you can do 4 of them, awesome. Awesome.
I am trying to do each one every day.
Great. Great. Yeah. And could you install that software? I'm going to stop already here.